Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Western Pennsylvania and Heinz Field in the Steel City of Pittsburgh. They love the black and gold here in the Steel City, and a few moments ago, their Steelers emerged from the Heinz Field tunnel. They're set, we're set, as the Steelers are ready to do battle with the Miami Dolphins. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A play fake to Balaj. Now Rosen. Eluding the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. They'll look to throw on 1st down with Josh Rosen. He finds Kalen Balaj, his running back. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice 1st down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on 1st down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And that'll be incomplete. Jennings was the one he was looking for. 3rd down here. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, it's Rosen. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Bud Dupree drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And the opening drive for the Dolphins yields 3. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was hoping for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
This is Chris Thompson in his 7th season now as a Redskin. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage. Well, it certainly appears that in this game, someone has decided they're going to open up their playbook. First quarter, and we see that play. I like their style.
On 3rd down, Jackson. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Raekwon McMillan, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. Here comes Grant on the return. The great blocking nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. They'll run with a second-year man from ASU, Kalen Ballage. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 44, Rosen. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. T.J. Watt causing the disruption. He gets the sack. On 4th down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. Back deep for the Steelers, Ryan Switzer. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Switch. Let's wait. 36.
Now Jackson. He's got the tight end, Vanette. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
36 to Mike. No.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Jackson, he'll get that one complete to Counter. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
They'll run on 1st down. Thompson, and he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A Steeler 1st down on the pickup of 11 yards.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 43.
Three down. Mike, 36. Mike, 36.
Jackson from the shotgun. Flushed out right. And he's going to keep it here. He's got the first down here inside the 30. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
That's another Steelers first down. First and goal at the 5-yard line.
Here we go.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Okay, just like that. Just like that.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Joker, 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 Joker. Okay.
Here's counter. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
On third down, Thompson. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. It'll be a gain of 5, but they do keep him out of the end zone, and now it's fourth down. Well, let's see what they do. They're knocking on the door here in the second quarter.
And you know what you look at on your play sheet? Your two-point conversion plays, because you've drawn up a number of them in today's football. You don't just have 1 or 2 for the game. You have more like 6 or 7. Which one do you like here? Because that's essentially what you're going for right now. That spot of the field, call one of those and go get 6.
What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some. Here we go.
On play action, Rosen. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the rookie first-rounder from Michigan, Devin Bush. The CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second and 9, Jackson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
On third down, it's Thompson. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a fourth down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
A 57-yard attempt.
And this one is no good. He missed it, and this score will stay right where it is. So 2 missed field goals for him now, and that's helped keep them with a big 0 on the scoreboard.
Well, it's not the only reason they have a 0. The offense has been bogged down a few times now, but it's certainly not helping the cause any at all.
The drive will commence with a run by Balaj. Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. They run it with Balaj. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. Rosen will throw. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now fourth down. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. And the Steelers on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Jackson. He's got Thompson here, complete. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Now Rosen on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Rosen looks for Parker, and it's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. How about that for a little jolt right before intermission?
You talk about taking momentum into the half with you, and so many teams have an emphasis on trying to score in the last 2 minutes of a half. To carry that with them, it's not often talked about scoring on defense, though. That's extra mode.
And now they may take the lead into the locker room as well. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll start with a give here to Balazs. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Rosen off the play action. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 34. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's Rosen. This one into the hands of the running back, Balazs. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. As the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Rosen to throw again. And this is caught. It's Parker. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. First foray into the red zone for Miami. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. Here's Rosen to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
At the Steelers' 11-yard
line. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. They want to go to the air again with Rosen. And this is caught by Parker for a Miami touchdown. Devontae Parker in the final seconds of the first half. And the Dolphins are going to jump back in front. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And he's got it as the lead is now 10-6.
Makes the score Dolphins 10, Steelers 6.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
Let's go, let's go!
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
Check it back, control.
On second down, Connor looking for space. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now it's Jackson. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 7 yards on the play, and it's a 2nd down. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Toss play, Connor. And he's got some space here. Just falls short down at the 1-yard line. It's a big play there for the Steelers. 54 yards on the ground. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
They'll look to run with Connor, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. From back at the 4, here's second and goal. On second down, it's Snell. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Call it no gain that time, and now it's third and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. On second and 12, Rosen. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And to the 46 he goes and no further, so he is well short of the first down marker. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Miami. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
I got you. I got you.
First play of the drive is a run with Thompson. And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Again, a run with Thompson. And he'll take this up to about the 7- or 8-yard line. And he gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn up.
They really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
At 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue. On first down, it's Thompson, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Brings up second and 12 at the 11-yard line.
Let's go now. Wait.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. He's going to air one out. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Juju Smith-Schuster, 89 yards. And the Steelers have once again taken the lead. Extra point now by Boswell. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. Now the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Monday.
Off the play fake, here's Rosen. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The catches like that, that's what the Dolphins envisioned when they took Gesicki high in the 2nd round a season ago. He did have 22 catches as a rookie, but did not find the end zone. Certainly feels more comfortable wearing number 88, his old college number, after sporting 86 as a rookie. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 44-yard line. Rosen now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now Rosen looking to throw. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in, and he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
You ain't going nowhere.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. They go back to Grant. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Corey Grant, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run, end result, 6 points.
Touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. Now a hit and a loose football.
When you kick off and you go downfield and get the ball back, that's what I call a great opportunity.
In a one-score game, I always circle, and you know this, but in my play-by-play sheet, I circle big plays. It could be turning points. This could be a turning point.
Did you put a second circle around this one? This is pretty big.
I put a star. Raekwon McMillan in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game. And now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Now it's Jackson. And this will be incomplete. James Conner, the running back, his intended receiver. But now it's 3rd down. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 15. Jackson. That's complete to his running back, Conner. And some room to maneuver. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Conner, 77 yards. And now they have taken a 4th quarter lead. And it's no good. Well, that could be a critical miss here in a 1-score game in the 4th. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they get into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll keep it on the ground. Grant trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Now Rosen. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. And this ball is going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Pretty nice work defensively there on the 1st down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State. You know, I was going to ask you if maybe they should surprise and pass the ball, but where they're at on the field, I think keep it on the ground, right?
I like where you're going with this one because field position is going to determine these play calls. And backed up where they are, I don't even think about putting the ball in the air. I tell my running backs, grasp the football, and I tell my offensive line, don't allow any leaks so they get hit immediately when we hand it off.
They go with Thompson again. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson, and he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Taco Charlton in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And he comes back with one complete. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. He'll look to throw. And it's caught by Parker. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Back to throw. Flush to his right. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. He was looking for Parker that time. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
At the 21-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
I got you.
Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Connor. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th.
Touchdown defense.
On 3rd down, Thompson. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. The play fake to Balaj. Now Rosen. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And that is going to seal this victory as time runs out. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.